Hey, with that, welcome back inside the studio, everyone. Time for TinChattin, episode number 10 for the 2024 season. You know the man. He's Mike Moss, radio play-by-play voice of the Fort Wayne TinCaps. And Mike, I wish we came bearing some better news once again. It seems like every time we've been in the studio, they haven't played the greatest, but you know that's life. TinCaps only took 2 of 6 last week against the worst team in the Midwest League, and then it's been a little bit of a rough start to the start of this week, just taking one of the first 3 against Lake County.
But in their defense, last week was abysmal against Peoria.
Yeah. 11-18, I think they are at home this year, which is unreal, by the way. Unreal.
Yeah, but when you play the team with the worst record, you expect to do better than 2-4.
Yeah.
Especially when you're playing at home. It just didn't work out that way. But let's transfer a little bit to the current series with Lake County. Captains right now have the lead in the East, and we are looking, counting tonight, you've got 6 games left in the first half, and I believe the lead over Great Lakes was 3. So they're in a great position to clinch a playoff berth, and they've played very well most of the season. In the games on Tuesday night and Wednesday night, TinCaps couldn't get any better pitching than they have all year.
Oh, my gosh, Mike, yeah. But, Mike, let's talk about those 2 pitching performances to start the week. Obviously, Emmanuel Pinales, fantastic there on Tuesday night, despite the 1 blemish. 7 innings pitched, just the 4 hits, an earned run, and I believe it was 5 strikeouts. And then Jagger Haynes follows that up the next night with 6 2/3 and 11 punch-outs himself. So a couple of very good performances from a couple of TinCaps pitchers there to start the week. And, you know, we're starting to see those 2 really round into some form here this year.
Yeah, for both of them, it might have been their best outings yet as a TinCap. And you think about Jagger Haynes with 11 strikeouts, that's a career best for him, regardless of level. And both pitchers they were in their own element. They were in their own zone, threw the ball well. And also, you have to give a little bit of credit to the catchers, Ethan Salas on Tuesday and Anthony Villar on Wednesday, calling a good game.
All right, Mike, you know, we've talked plenty about the alumni here throughout this season of TinChattin so far, and one guy we've evaded a little bit, I don't think we can evade anymore, has been Jackson Merrill. We've talked about him a little bit. Obviously, one of the 3 TinCaps from last year's team to already play in a San Diego Padres uniform this year. Jackson's been an almost everyday player out in the outfield after playing shortstop for the TinCaps last year. And Mike, he's starting to turn things on here as we hit near the midway point for the Major League season. He's, I think, hitting almost 280 and just became the youngest player ever in Major League history to hit 2 homers in a game, one of them being a walk-off home run the other night.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking before we started doing this segment, the numbers that Jackson put up here in Fort Wayne and the numbers he's currently putting up in San Diego are nearly identical.
Yeah, they sure are.
In Fort Wayne last year, he batted .280 in 68 games. He had 12 doubles, 2 triples, 10 home runs, 33 runs batted in, and 10 stolen bases. With the Padres in 68 games coming into play tonight, he's batting .279. He has got 8 doubles, 1 triple, 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in, and he's 9 out of 11 in the stolen base category. But you mentioned it earlier. The games that Jackson played in Fort Wayne last year were all in the infield at shortstop. The games he's playing in San Diego are all in center field.
Yeah, it's been impressive to see the transition. Obviously, you change positions like that, and it can, you know, learning a new position, it can take a toll on you offensively, and it has not for Jackson so far this year, it seems like.
No, and he's become one of the guys that Mike Schilt is counting on in San Diego, not only for his good defensive play, but coming up with the key hits. And you mentioned it. I'm not sure if it was Tuesday night or Wednesday night, those 2 home runs, but the game winner.
Yeah.
And that was his first as a Padre to come up with a game-winning home run. And to do it, I'm not sure he's 21 yet, is he?
I think he just turned 21.
He might have just turned 21.
Yep, I think he just turned 21.
But it just amazes me when you have a player of his talent and you can move him from the infield to the outfield not affecting his hitting or base running at all. He's adapting to playing defensive baseball in the outfield. And that's a testament to him.
Mike, getting back to this year's group, though, a couple more games here on the road, and then, Mike, they start their longest home stretch of the season next week here at Parkview Field.
And next week will be a unique week of sorts. It's the final week of the first half, the start of the second half, and it happens in the same series.
Yes, it does.
The games on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will close out the first half.
And then it's a clean slate.
Then it's a clean slate, 0-0. But again, to get this second half off to a great start a week from tonight is, I won't say it's mandatory, but it sure would be beneficial.
Yeah, and it's especially a big time for this team over the next few weeks, Mike. 15 home games in their next 18 ball games. So a good opportunity to kind of right the ship here at home a little bit, get some momentum into this second half, especially, you know, with not a lot of games after July 6th coming here at Parkview Field for the rest of the season. And like we said, 11 and 18 only at the friendly confines downtown.
Month of July, there's only going to be 9 home games. 18 in June, 9 in July. So fans, you need to come out.
Yep, you're right, Mike. And all right, hey, that's going to do it for another edition of TinChattin. Mike and I are going to be back at the ballpark next week. Until then, you know the man. He's Mike Maz. I'm Justin Prince. Maggie and I are back with more in the locker room right after this break.